Namaste from Dhananjaya and welcome to each and every one of you on the path to higher wisdom. A few quotations on the idea of sin or sinner. What is sin and who is a sinner? So the first quotation is by Swami Vivekananda. The greatest sin is to think of yourself as weak. So if you assume you are incapable, you are weak, you lack courage, you lack enthusiasm, you lack creativity, you lack knowledge, with all those things, if you think that's who you are, then you won't be able to perform any duty or responsibility. And not performing your duty and responsibility and actions based on your capability and your intention, that is a sin. This quotation is by Dhul Nun Misri. The ordinary man repents his sins. The ordinary man repents his sins. The elect here means the chosen ones, the special ones, the selected ones. The elect repent their heedlessness. Heedlessness means attention, carefully wanting to know and do what is necessary. So, heedlessness is what the special people, the selected people, think is a sin. The ordinary man repents his sins, which means he did something wrong, intentionally or unintentionally, the result was bad for oneself and others, then he can repent, feel sorry, and take a vow to correct his mistake and get out of sin. So the ordinary man repents his sins. The elect repent their heedlessness. Same way as if not paying attention where attention is needed is a sin for the selected people, for more capable people. For ordinary people, repents his sin. The elect repent their heedlessness. Mahatma Gandhi says, a sinner is equal to the saint in the eyes of God. Now the starting part of this quotation appears kind of strange. A sinner is equal to the saint in the eyes of God. Then he explains it. How? Both will have equal justice, which means sinner may be punished and saint may be rewarded. Both will have equal justice and both will have equal opportunity either to go forward or to go backward. So this is a very interesting quotation, that in the eyes of God, sinner and saint are equal. And in two very important ways. Both will have justice. Both will be served or given justice. That can be a punishment for sin or a reward, recognition or wisdom for saint. Both will have justice. And both will have an equal opportunity either to go forward or to go backward. We suggest that a sinner can reform and improve and go forward. A saint, on the other hand, can go down, can commit blunders and be punished like a sinner. So both will have equal justice and both an equal opportunity, either to go forward or to go backward. So for a sinner, the sin is not permanent. He can come out of it. He can change himself. He can go forward. Similarly, the saintliness is not a permanent quality. If you have reached that level, one has to maintain that level of behavior and action and thought and responsibility of a saint, to teach and to pray for welfare of society if he remains a saint. But if he goes backward, that is his own doing, and he will be punished for it. He will get justice. So a sinner is equal to the saint in the eyes of God. Both will have equal justice and both an equal opportunity either to go forward or to go backward. And the last one is by Swami Vivekananda. Only a sinner sees a sinner in another man. This is very short and simple, but quite meaningful. Only a sinner sees a sinner in another man. So one can think of a lot of people who may think the whole world is bad, whole world is wrong, everything is happening like a sin. And he sees everyone as a sinner because he finds the bad qualities or the mistakes in other people. He sees that first. And that is because a sinner has that mentality that he finds something which is like him in others. So his vision and his understanding, his perception is influenced or colored by his own inner qualities. So a sinner, only a sinner sees a sinner in another man. A good person, a well-wisher of society and has intention to do good, will find good qualities in others because that is how he perceives the world. He perceives the world to be good. So he sees goodness in people. It does not mean that everybody he sees goodness has only goodness in that person. There may be certain bad qualities too, but he tends to ignore it. So only a sinner sees a sinner in another man. Same way, only a saint sees a saint in another man. So thank you for listening, and we'll meet again soon. Namaste.